Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Humpty Dumpty 2. I hope you all are doing great. So today's video is all about how to rent a house in Canada or in Toronto. What should be the strategy, especially for newcomers who come to Canada for the first time, or PR immigrants or students on study visa or people on work permit. First important thing that comes to everyone's mind is finding a place where one can stay long term. And it is really important that you find a suitable place as per your needs and your choice, because that's the place you're going to stay, right? And you will be spending 24 hours of your time daily. So in this video I'm going to be talking about that, the approach that we followed, the kind of a study that we did, and a lot of things that we learned while we searched for our condo here in Toronto. So in this video I will be discussing the best strategy, what are the steps and important things you should know before you get started and head towards hunting your condo here in Canada. So this video is going to be really important for all the new immigrants who are planning to immigrate really soon, or anybody who's planning to come to Canada. So make sure you watch this video till the end so that you don't miss any step. And before that, as usual, you know the drill, right? If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet and you enjoy watching my videos, then do consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell icon next to it, and stay tuned. And in the end, if you enjoyed watching the video and you found it informative, then do give it a like. So let's get started without wasting any time. Let's start with the agenda as usual. First is, how should you get started with the search? Second is, what is the entire process of renting a house, starting from your basic search to finally the time when you sign a lease agreement. Third will be, what are the important documents required in the process. Fourth is, which websites you need to search. Next will be the rent structure. What are the different components that build to your entire rent per month. And sixth is, how do you sign a lease agreement. First is, how should you get started with your search? Now, based on my experience, you have three options here. First is, you can go and search for a particular house, condo, apartment on free websites. I'm going to be talking about those websites. It's there in the agenda later in the video. So you can go into those websites, search for the apartments of your choice. You put the rent that you're looking for, the area that you're looking for, and on the basis of that you will get listings, and you can basically start searching, and you can ask for a video tour from the owner of those listings, and on the basis of that you can decide whether you want to go ahead with that apartment or not. Second is, you can go for a realtor. So realtor here in Canada, how they work is, they will not charge you anything extra to find you a house of your own choice. In fact, they charge money only from the owner of the house. So you are at no loss if you go for realtor. You don't have to pay anything extra. You just have to tell your own interest. You have to tell them what kind of a house that you're looking for, your basic choices, and on the basis of that, the realtor will give you listings, options, various options in that area, and then you can go for a virtual tour and finalize your deals. Now third is, you can go for property managers. So property managers are also quite similar to realtors. It's not that they are same, but the names are different. So property managers are those who manage a particular building or a condo apartment in a particular area, or they manage multiple condos. So you can raise your query on that apartment listing, and the property manager will call you and they will schedule a visit. They will show you all the available apartments in their building, and accordingly you can go ahead with the process. Second step is, what is the process, right? How and when you get started with searching your unit. Now, what is the entire process from your search, starting from your search till the time you sign the lease agreement? So first is, you will be shortlisting a place to stay. It can be a condo, house, whatever. Before this, of course, you will be searching for this place by a realtor or some open websites or a property manager, which I spoke about in the first point. Next is, you will ask the person or the owner to give you a virtual tour of that unit. So you would like to see how the house looks like. Given the COVID scenario, of course, people avoid visiting the places personally. So you can do a video tour with them. On the video, they will show you the entire unit. Of course, you will see like 8 to 9 listings or 4 to 5 listings that you've shortlisted. And after that, you will finalize, okay, I want to go ahead with option B. After that, you will share your documents and your credit history, employment letter, anything that is required or asked by owner. So you will be sharing all those documents. I will be talking about the documents which will be required in all the cases in the later steps. After you've shared your document, the owner will be receiving the documents from multiple tenants, right? Like you, there will be others who would be searching for an apartment as well. So owner receives applications from multiple people here. Now the owner is at the judging center. Now owner can decide which tenant he wants to go ahead with. He or she can decide on the basis of credit history, employment, salary that you're making, pay stubs, or the documents that you're showing to them. Now once the owner finalizes, okay, yes, I want to go with person 3 out of the 5 options that I have, then the owner will tell you, okay, yes or no, are you shortlisted or no? And if you are shortlisted, then yes, of course a lease agreement will be signed. They will make you sign and they will sign themselves, and that's when you close the deal. And lease generally works here is for 12 months or 18 months. Generally people prefer it to be 12 months, and in some cases it can be 6 months or 18 months, but maximum it is 12 months. So that is the process on the whole. How does the system work here? Now next point is very important. What are the documents required? So here we have 2 scenarios. One can be you already have a job in hand, or you have an employment letter already from an employer with you, and second is you have no job. Then in that case, what are the documents required from you? If you have a job in hand, then the documents that you will be required to submit are first, employment letter. The owner is going to ask you for the employment letter, and specifically the owner will ask that salary per month or per year should be mentioned in the employment letter. So make sure your employment letter has your salary mentioned in Canadian dollars, of course. If you had been working with that employer for past few months, then they will ask for your salary stubs for last 3 months. Then they might ask you for guarantor details. Not all owner will ask for it, but some might say that, hey, I want a guarantor. Can you give me the details of a guarantor? If you know somebody, a cousin or a friend who's already living in Toronto, I would need the address and the name and the details of that person as well. And they can also ask the number of your supervisor or HR to confirm whether you are actually employed to that company, and they do call the supervisor or HR just to confirm whether the information that is provided by you is correct or not. And above this, they will ask you for a deposit for 1 month extra. That is the system how it works. You have to pay for 1 plus 1. So 1 month is the first month that you pay your rent for, and the second 1 plus 1 is the last month's rent that you pay in advance to the owner. So when you will be vacating the apartment, of course, then that time it gets adjusted, and then you don't have to pay the last month's rent again because it gets adjusted with your deposit. Now, if you don't have a job in hand, what documents they can ask? So first important is they will ask for a guarantor. Somebody you know who's already living in Toronto. Then they will ask for guarantor's credit history as well. Next is they will ask for 4 to 5 months of rent in advance. A lot of owners do that. So they will ask you to pay for 5 months rent in advance, which is actually quite heavy to go ahead with. Next is which are the important websites that you can start your search on. So first is kijiji.com. Very good website. It's a direct dealing with the owner. Next is Facebook Marketplace. Again, a very good option. You can directly get in touch with the owner, and you can take the virtual tour of the unit and understand whether you want to go ahead with that. Then comes condos.ca. Here you will get a lot of realtors available. Condos.ca has a lot of condos available. You can just post a query and you'll immediately get a call from the realtor to help you find an apartment of your choice. Then, like I said, property managers. If you know the building that you want to go ahead with, maybe some friend recommended you that this building is good in that particular area, then you can post a query on the building website and the property manager will get in touch with you. Or the next option is you can ask for a referral from a friend. So a lot of buildings have a system here. If you have a friend already living in that building, and if he or she refers you and you finalize the unit there, then the friend will get some cash or maybe some coupon, something like that, and you can find a unit of your choice in the same building as your friend, your cousin is living. And other than that, you can find some realtors, and realtors will get in touch with you, understand your preferences, and accordingly they will suggest you the options. So these are the options that you can go for and explore the unit that you're looking for. Okay, now rent structure. What are the different components that contribute to the rent structure here? Let's talk about them one by one. First is monthly rent. So that is the basic monthly rent that you have to pay. Okay, this is like suppose $1,500, you will pay $1,500 per month straight. So on top of this, you have components like heating and cooling. Heating during winters, cooling during summers. Then comes hydro. Hydro is your electricity. Then comes water. You have to pay for water. So your hydro includes all the equipments that you use, like oven, microwave, dishwasher, washing machine, electricity, all of that. So that will be included in hydro, and water is the water that you're going to consume. Next, of course, if you need internet, everyone needs internet, right? So you will have to pay extra for that internet. Of course, some new buildings have rent included with internet, but that's a very rare scenario. I just found one scenario of all the listings that we saw, so that rarely happens. So you have to pay rent on top. Then comes parking. If you want to avail parking, that's optional, of course, then you'll have to pay for parking. Then comes locker. It's a small unit that you get in basement. It's a small area where you can keep your suitcases, extra luggage, all of that. So if you want to opt for, then you can go ahead for locker, which costs approximately $50 to $80 per month. It's up to your choice. If you don't want it, you can skip that as well. Then comes tenant insurance. It is mandatory. So whatever unit you are renting, you have to take the tenant insurance. So there are companies here, so you have to register with them, and you have to take the insurance of the unit that you will be renting. It's mandatory. So here they don't rent out condos till the time you take the rent insurance. So you have to make sure that you take it from day one when you plan to shift. And next is unit keys. So whatever keys or fobs that you will be getting to lock your unit, you will have to pay a security deposit for that. It is refundable, and the cost for this is generally $80 to $200 or $300. It actually depends on the owner and varies from owner to owner. Some owners really charge only $80 or $100, whilst others charge like $300. I've even seen charging them $500 deposit. So you can negotiate on that, but it is again a mandatory component. So these are the components which contribute to your entire rent structure, and this is how the rent structure, after you total everything, will come out to be your monthly expenses on the rent that you have taken the unit for. Now final is the lease agreement. Well, once you have finalized your unit, then you sign a lease agreement with the owner of that unit or the property manager of that unit. So one thing I want to highlight here is property managed units or property managed buildings don't have any owners attached to them. So these are the buildings which are completely managed by property owners or builders, you can say, and they don't have any owner for a particular unit. So if you rent a unit, you will be directly dealing with the property manager only. So there will be no hassle of dealing with the owner, and your direct dealing will be with the property manager only, and it works for all the units in that building. So once you finalize your unit, then you sign a lease agreement which is signed by the owner or the property manager and yourself, and it bases on the lease, which is generally 1 year. You lock everything, the rent, everything for 1 year for that period, and you sign the agreement and you start living in that unit. So as simple as that. This is how the entire process works. This information I feel is very important for anybody who's planning to search for a house here in Canada or an apartment here in Canada, because you need to understand this information, and you will get more of this once you get into the process, once you start searching for your apartment or a house. So it is good that you have this information in hand with you. I try to share everything that I know, which I gained from my experience. So I hope this would be helpful to you, or let me know if you have any questions or anything else you would like to know. But this should suffice, and this should provide you everything once you get started with the process and you start searching for a house for yourself. So I wish you all the best. Hope you find an apartment of your own choice, the one that you're looking for, and you have a happy stay there based on your lease agreement. So that's all about today's video, guys. I hope you found it informative. If you did, then do like the video and subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and yeah, hit the bell icon as well. Stay tuned, drop in a comment for me. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, you take care. Goodbye.